We live in a society today where mass media, advertisers, the internet, pretty much there's a lot of things out there trying to steal our attention. And big companies pay a ton of money to figure out ways to hijack that attention, right? And they just know how to play into the brain's hardwiring to create like these addictive things that just kind of control us without us realizing it, right? Like the buzzing on our phone, the notifications from social media, and just all these things are just like kind of make us hop from one thing to the next, right? Without truly focusing. However, I believe that there's one addiction out there that's worse than all of them, and it really holds people back from really living a fulfilling life. And if you stay tuned, I'm gonna tell you exactly what that is and what you can do about it to turn your life around so you are in complete control and you're feeling fulfilled on a daily basis. Hey, what's up folks? Jimmy here, Ingrained2train, back with some more heat with you guys. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and it's something that I've had to work on myself. And I would say, like, we live in a society where, you know, just so many things that we just gravitate towards, like our phones, computers, tablets, Netflix, binge watching shows, right? And it's like, okay, what is it that is controlling our attention? And it's like, why is it this way? Like, what is it that's like really pulling on us to like run to these things? And some of it's coping mechanisms. Some of it is just we don't want to be bored, right? And we want to escape our reality. But for me, I found it something different. And despite, you know, things like, you know, the hub, gaming, social media, all these things that we kind of run to that steal our attention, I think what really, really messes with us and makes us feel unfulfilled in this society, because we are so connected digitally, is the need for external validation. Yes, I'll say it again, the need for external validation. We see online now, people will do anything for clicks and views, whether it's fake news, whether it's these fake relationship skits, whether it's people that eat Tide Pods, right? People will do anything to get that external validation, right? The thirst trap photos, the filters. We just live in such a comparison society now where people don't know how to validate themselves anymore. So what happens is they run into all these external things online, seeking attention and seeking that validation that they don't know how to get from themselves, that they probably didn't get from their parents, because we live in a society where now there's a lot of single parent households, or even in double parent households, both parents work full-time jobs. So the family dynamic has been completely disrupted. And as a result, kids grow up not getting the validation they should have got when they were younger, so they go get it from outside sources and they don't know how to affirm themselves. So in my opinion, that is the worst drug of them all, because external validation is literally a drug. It'll give you a quick hit, but then it goes away pretty quick. And then once you get that hit, you want another one that's stronger. You want more likes, you want more comments, you want to go viral, right? So that urge to get validated becomes stronger and stronger. And what happens is you actually get further away from connecting with yourself and affirming yourself. So what happens is, say you make a post that doesn't do well. You're used to getting that external validation. You post a picture, didn't get that many likes or views, and you blame the algorithm. It actually makes you upset. And then you try harder. You try this filter, you try this angle, you take 50 more pictures. You post this video or try to redo this trending skit. And it just creates this vicious cycle of, you know, just chasing something that's not gonna fulfill you. And that's no good, that's not healthy for anybody. So here's what we gotta do instead. Knowing this, you have to ask yourself, and you have to have a tough question about yourself. What is it that I didn't get when I was younger that makes me want to seek these validation externally, whether it's from a boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it's from social media, whether it's from a coach, whoever it's from? What is it that you didn't get when you were younger? Think about a time you either like you thought you were gonna be proud to share something when you were a kid and you were ashamed for it, or maybe you were teased about it. go back to that childhood memory. And what we have to do is we have to reframe that story. You have to almost become the parent that you wish you had when you were that age, and forgive yourself, and then let your younger self know that you are safe, and start the affirmation process. Right? Affirm yourself. Tell yourself that you're great, that you are a badass. Start reframing those stories. Start flipping those stories around. And what you can do is, as you start to come up with these feelings of, whatever it is that you didn't get, if you didn't get the validation, if you felt abandoned when you were a kid, or abused or teased, what you can do is ask yourself this: what are those feelings that the external validation gives you? And bring those feelings to those undesired feelings that you had when you were a child, right? And what would those feelings, those desired outcomes, say to those undesired feelings, right? And now let's flip the narrative. Let's flip the story around. And now what you can do is, once you kind of understand what those external validation, what those desired feelings are giving you, you can now give that to yourself. So whatever that is, if it makes you feel confident, if it makes you feel good, if it makes you feel some type of way, take those feelings and now we bring them to yourself, right? Those undesirable feelings, think of it as darkness, and those desired outcomes are the light. You're gonna bring the light, shed it onto the dark, and now you can move forward. So now you don't have to jump through these hoops. You don't have to chase social media. You don't have to let these things control you to try to be fulfilled. You are now in position to fulfill yourself. And if you use these things, if you use social media, it's just what it is. It's just a tool that you use, right? If you're, watching Netflix, it doesn't control you, right? You're not trying to binge watch shows because you're completely bored. It's just entertainment, right? You're not seeking any sort of fulfillment in a show. If it's, you're creating content, you're doing it because it's an expression of you, not trying to go viral just to go viral, or just to get a bunch of likes and clicks. It's really just you expressing yourself and having fun with it. There's a different energy there. And as you listen to my content, you're gonna see I always revert back to everything is energy, right? And when you make this shift energetically, so you're no longer chasing validation externally, but you're bringing that power within yourself, ironically, you show up different. And as you show up different energetically, the things around you change and it's more attractive. And that's the beautiful thing. But first, we have to really, really have the hard conversation with ourselves and ask, what is it? Why am I doing these things? And most of us are doing these things for external validation. I was guilty of it as well, because I did not get affirmed by my dad growing up. He didn't want me to be arrogant, so he didn't affirm me. He wanted me to stay humble, so he always put in my mind, no matter how good I am at something, there's always somebody better. So I grew up wanting validation, so I would try to achieve all these things, not to just be a high achiever, but because I wanted somebody to say, hey, good job, Jimmy, right? And I wound up not being able to affirm myself. But when I made the switch and began to affirm myself with the tips that I told you in this video, ironically, as a result, my YouTube page started growing, my Instagram started going crazy, people around me started responding to me differently. But because I'm not chasing that external validation anymore, ironically, I get it now more than ever. It's a pretty interesting dynamic, right? And I'll talk about that in another video. When you detach from outcomes, ironically, it's how you get what you want. Very interesting universal principle, but that's for another video. But I just want to just emphasize this point one more time. Learn how to validate yourself. When you learn how to validate yourself, affirm yourself, take those feelings of that desired outcome, but instead of attaching it to external sources, just take those feelings, bring them within, and affirm, love, validate yourself, and get yourself to feeling that way. Sky's the limit for you. And now you're gonna feel more fulfilled. You're gonna be less anxious. You're gonna be less angry. You're actually going to feel better. You're gonna have more energy. Your vibe's gonna be different. And you're gonna manifest more blessings into your life that way. And it's pretty powerful. And it all starts with you. It all starts with that person in the mirror. If you need help with this, I'm definitely looking to change some lives in this area. So I'm doing some free breakthrough calls. Slots are limited, but I am doing some free breakthrough calls, and I will dive deeper into this and we'll really make that energetic shift for you, guaranteed in one call, and you'll notice an immediate shift in your life. All you gotta do is click on the link in the caption, book that call, we'll get you a slot, and let's get you some momentum, and we'll change your life. In the meantime, guys, I'm checking out.